I will continue to serve as the Ward 4 City Councillor. I want to address both incidents in some details. Some of the information reported in the media is not correct, and I wish to provide correct factual information. First, the 1997 incident. I will remind you that I voluntarily submitted to a 3 to 4 hours polygraph test and passed that polygraph test on these facts. A thorough investigation was conducted that resulted in a letter of reprimand on my file, which expired in 2005. I considered the matter to have been investigated, a penalty applied and served, and the incident now resolved. As Chief Neufeld stated yesterday, a thorough investigation was done. It was passed to an external Crown Prosecutor's Office in Edmonton, and no charge were laid. This incident was also further investigated when there was a review by the Law Enforcement Review Board and then the Alberta Court of Appeal. They both concluded that the investigation has reached the correct outcome. Here is what happened. My police partner and I did a routine walkthrough of the King's Head pub on my cloud trail later on the evening of August 11, 1997. I met the woman and agreed to return after the end of my shift. I returned at approximately 2:15 a.m. Off duty, in plain clothes, it is a licensed establishment where all persons are required to be 18 years of age, as previously stated. I do not drink alcohol. We agree we will go to my house. At my house, we engaged in some consensual touching. I was questioned extensively on that point in the polygraph and was found to be truthful. At one point, she did not wish to continue, and I respect her wishes and drove her home. To clear up some factual errors, there are allegations that I met the woman in an unlicensed location. That is not true. She may have been at that location earlier in the evening, but without question, I met her while doing an on-duty late-night walkthrough of the King's Head pub. It has been alleged that I used a firearm in the incident. This is categorically false, and I was questioned on this point in the polygraph. In fact, I left my service weapon in my locker at work, as was my usual practice. It has been alleged that I had met her 2 years earlier. I have no recollection of having previously encountered her. I want to apologize to the woman. It was never my intention to cause any harm.
Where the majority of the incoming council, they seem to think that you should resign. What do you say to your colleagues who, if you're not resigning, you're staying, that means you're going to have to work with these people for the next 4 years. What do you say to them?
So I will always work with anybody on council. However, I would suggest to them that you have only heard the media, and some stuff in the media is not factual. And if they want it, my offer is this, including the mayor, all council members, if they want to know the facts, please let me know. I will sit down with them and in private, and I will answer any question they might have.
After the story is broadcast and written about, there are still going to be lots of people who are going to be saying that you should leave, and they're going to still be opposed, and maybe they'll even be angrier now that you've made the decision you've made. What are you going to do, given that there's going to be, you know, that substantial group of people who are probably even going to get more irate than they already are?
The people, I'm sure some people are gonna do that, but again, I will always tell the truth, and then that's if anybody I will be the same person that I always reply to people, and if people have any question, I would definitely meet up with them, and then give them the facts as I see it.
But what if they continue to lobby? What if council members say, no, I don't care, you know, I still want him to resign, or people say, I still want him to resign, or on Monday at the swearing in, there's people say they still want to resign. How are you going to be able to deal with that?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, no different than the last 8 years, what I have facing. And a lot of people want me to resign from day one, even though when I was elected.